We are now. Hello, I'm David Morgan of the Kansas chapter. On behalf of the Practice Technology Committee, this is our Tech Tech of the month. And this is especially a good one. We've got a special speaker today by the name of Reginald Hirsch. He's in a law firm in Houston, the law office of Reginald Hirsch, and he has been involved with AI. I do know there is a publication of 192 pages, and Reginald Hirsch was an author of this along with Patrick Wright. And his credentials are extensive. It would take me probably 5 minutes to go through them all. Well, he's going to talk to you today about AI and emails and a couple other ways to use AI to help you. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Reginald. And Reginald, go ahead and tell him what you know.
All right, David. Hopefully my shared screen will come up. And since I can't see it, I'll ask, can you see it, David?
I can
Can you
see
see
it
my desktop?
fine.
Okay. Thank you, David. And thank you for hosting these presentations. They've been fabulous. Um, the utilization of by AI for lawyers is associated with risk and reward. The risk associated with AI is because these models train on information, including information that you provide them with in your prompts. And that's why you got to be very careful. The ABIA and the Texas Bar have ethical opinions about protecting confidentiality, which is the number one duty if you think of it as a lawyer, correct? So one of the tools that I use in my office, and I'm a small law firm. I'm a sole practitioner. So hopefully I relate to some of you out there that are listening today. Is if you'll notice at the bottom here, I'm going to point to an icon, which is called M365, and that will bring up Copilot. Okay. And what I pointed out earlier in my discussions with David is there are two versions. One is if you'll look up here at the top, you'll see web. Web is an interface that connects with Copilot through cloud-based services and looks at the algorithms in order to help you respond to just general inquiries or summaries of information that you receive. The difficulty with that is it's not confidential. You can wipe out your history. You can put in Copilot, delete history. But in essence, it's kind of a worldwide view of information. And we have to be careful with that. One of the reasons we moved to M365, which costs between $20 and $30, and you have to have business standard, which is this little box over here that you will see if you're using M365 Pro or Work with the standard edition, is it encrypts. And not only does it encrypt from the outside to the inside or inside to the outside, but it gives you total access of Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Microsoft's products, and also to OneDrive and your shared drives. And so it's a walled off container. I think that's the best way to describe it. And why this is important is it raises the level of confidentiality and protection. I'm not here to say it's 100% can't be breached, but I am saying it is certainly better than going on the web and just opening up one of the other products or Copilot itself, which is commonly available to you as a Microsoft user. Many of the lawyers in the community, David, use Claude. Gemini is now kind of moved up from Google. Perplexity is kind of a Mother Hubbard, and prototypes of those types. I do have to say that Microsoft is moving to what's called agentic, which is in Windows. It's got a lot of pushback, but you're going to see more of this integration of artificial intelligence in your work and in your Windows 11 operating system. Apple's moving in the same direction. So you Mac users will be seeing kind of quite a bit of that. But having said that, one of the ways I use it is let me just bring up, and let's say today I'm working on an extensive spreadsheet. And one of the things I haven't done today after spending a lot of time on that spreadsheet is really haven't looked at my emails. And so what I can do is, and I'm just going to use Text Expander here, is say, summarize my unread inbox emails. Now, the reason I use, you can see here, inbox, I've got a lot of folders, and hopefully I've cleared in my inbox any confidential information. So if we see any clients and the screen goes blank, David, that's because I'm shutting down and not revealing it. But I think I protected myself at this point. And so I'll hit the enter key. And what I'm looking for is Copilot to search the unread, and you can see it's found 10. And I quickly can get it summarized. And you see, these are summary points. Fortunately, this is all promotional literature, and I did a pretty good job of protecting myself or my clients from disclosure. And you'll see down here, I can either do a response here to subscriber, I can unsubscribe, I can summarize, I can do a follow-up. And what's important for me, and we've discussed this before, is I know this is going to sound strange to you, but the entire practice of family law has become so complex, but your day is filled with emails, and I'll go back in time, David, to times when we had fax machines and those came in. You've got phone calls, you've got clients, you've got appointments, you've got Zoom proceedings, you've got briefs to get out, you've got all kinds of what I call noise. And you're not as effective when you're multitasking. And neuroscientists have said to us for decades, you're much better off when you're sole focusing on a single task. Well, what I'm trying to do by showing you just this little tool here is a way that you can go back to focusing on your spreadsheet, having met the responsibility of checking, because it's been hours since you've checked your email, and continue your work. And so I find it as an effective tool. In addition, Copilot M365 allows a number of things, and we've talked about that. But that's just a basic utilization of Microsoft 365 Copilot for Business in a way to make you effective. And so,
With
David, do you have some additional questions or thoughts?
Yeah, well, okay, this helps you with your emails, so you can check them easily while you're doing other work. Is that a good factor?
That's exactly right.
Now, I hate to belabor the point, but could you sort of show us that again on what you
Okay.
had to do to get a
All right,
summary
I'd
of
be
your
glad
work?
to. So I open up. First of all, let me close this and just give you a beginning. So taking you right back here, as you can see, this is M365 Office. It's an icon you can click, and you can see I'm just
Well, let's
here.
go clear to the
Oh yeah,
top. All you
okay,
said was summarize my inbox emails, and that's
that's
it.
correct. That's
And then it
correct.
says you have 10, and it goes down and gives you summaries.
That's correct.
You know,
It's going to
that
go,
that I think that
and
is
it's
excellent.
quick. Okay, and so it's searching again, and now we found 12. I've had two additional ones. And you see, it's not the full email, David. It's just a summary. Okay. So I can quickly look and let's say, look at that. David Morgan shared tips in honor. How about that, David?
Yeah.
My weekly text expander, mail and delivery, shopping and promotions, Cyber Monday extended. Um,
All right.
and then
So,
again, I'm sorry. And
well,
then it
no.
says I could choose flag legal updates for later reading. And because I got a lot of technology, a lot of this stuff is pretty technical. But here is a summary of the emails I've had today, which have contained legal information and law firms, etc., and crypto scams. Um, so for me, that's very quick for me to make that and then get back to whatever task I'm working on, whether it be that or a PowerPoint. or whether I'm in Word documents, et cetera, et cetera. The plus here is where you can add work content. Remember, I'm up here in work, so I could take a document. I'm not going to do that because that's going to reveal confidential information. Fortunately, Sandy Robertson's my paralegal. And I can attach a document, whether it be a PDF or Word, and just say, summarize this document for me. Uh, I also mentioned to David earlier that because we do a lot of presentations, I can take one of not the 195 page one, but I could take that and ask Copilot to create a PowerPoint
Okay.
based on that presentation. And that could be very helpful for trial purposes. If you've got a particular deposition or an examination of a witness that you previously deposed, and there are documents associated with that, and you upload that and the questions and say, create a PowerPoint for presentation of the direct examination of this party. You can do very quickly that. It's gotten better. PowerPoint's gotten better. Originally, when I used it, it created 3 templates and that was it. Now it's a little more robust. In Word, it does an excellent, and PDFs, it does an excellent job of summarizing. We had a lawyer here in Houston that uploaded all of the documents in a particular case and had it prepare cross and direct examination and thought it was so good he gave it to his client for presentation for preparation for trial. I won't mention his name because that would give everybody in my community an opportunity to do first question in rebuttal or cross would be, was this information provided to you by your lawyer by artificial intelligence?
Yeah.
Which would not be a good question.
All right. So I got two things I'm going to ask you. Number one, I understand that if you have basic 365, you can't do this. You need to upgrade. Could you tell us
That's
again
correct.
what you have to do to upgrade?
Well, upgrade if you'll just go to the Microsoft web page and go comparisons of Microsoft Copilot, you will see 3 or 4 charts. One is the basic, one is what they call the business edition, and one which they'll call the enterprise. I could go ahead and try to bring that up on a Microsoft Edge, but I don't want to take too much time. But you can certainly search and see. Microsoft, to answer your question more fully, I think we're more than likely in the next couple of years to see the full integration of what I'm doing this in your licensee of just regular Windows 11 Pro and Microsoft 365 will have a Pro version and include it. I do have to tell you, David, Microsoft is it's interesting. They will show you a monthly price of either 19 or $20 or even $30. And although it's a monthly, being Microsoft, they charge it annually.
Oh,
So
okay.
you,
Oh, there's
you
always
can't.
a gimmick, always a trick.
Now there are some. Let me also say, David, they do offer a trial. I can't remember whether it's 7 or 15 days. So if you want to explore that, you certainly can. And if you've got a Microsoft representative that you deal with, give them a call and tell them you want a 30-day trial, and they
Okay.
should be able to provide that for you.
Yeah. But in essence, I believe that this would save you quite a bit of time in using AI to summarize emails. Is that right?
Absolutely. If you consider what I just got in summary, what it would take for me to have to open Microsoft, go to my inbox, click unread emails, and then start reading these emails to determine, not from a summary standpoint, but to read the entire email. That's not to say you shouldn't, because if you see a summary from a client that starts with 2 lines, I need help, And then you think, well, I've already answered that question or whatever. You really have a duty to fully answer, to take a look at that. But if I've got 20 emails from providers or Lawcom or Paul Hastings expansions, I don't need to be reading that during these times. I know to skip those. And so I can highlight in Copilot, send a reminder to look at the following emails and have a prompt when I open Outlook.
All right.
That's a good point, David.
All right. Well, good. I think this has been excellent. It should help all the attorneys out there. I would ask you about your system of folders, but I have a feeling with you that it's so complex that that might be the subject of another tech tip. So,
It may be, and I'd be glad to do that. I will go offline with you and show you how that works real quick. But if
okay.
you'd like to have me back, and I want to thank you again and AAML for doing these presentations. They've been very valuable.
All right. Well, thank you again. I think this has been excellent. And from the Practice Technology Committee, we're over and out this month. And until next month's tech tip, we will say goodbye.